Hello everybody, 2for4 here. A little bird told me that you're stuck in Coldharbour trying to hunt down relics. And you wouldn't want to rush through and miss anything like a certain someone who shall remain nameless. So without further ado, get ready for a journey and join me on the Relic Hunter's Guide to Coldharbour. Our first stop will be the Mathmalatu Priory, where you can find the Eye of Maruk by searching the aptly named Statue of Maruk. This artifact allows you to check your karma and activate quest tracking if you're prone to getting lost. Before heading into the waterfront district, speak with Martha and tell her you'll keep an eye out for her family's graves, because, well, she certainly isn't going to find them. Making your way into the waterfront district, our first stop will be the blacksmith to purchase the blacksmith's hammer. From there, head on over to the slave trader's house to free Sir Henrik from his cell.
Oh, are you freeing me?
After snagging the key to Fort Varen from the scamp captain, make your way there and past all the goons to face Vernacus.
Welcome, Vigilant of Stendar.
After putting him in his place once again, you can loot the fire clutch of Orke ring from his body. With Vernacus out of the way, it's time to head north out of the waterfront district. But be careful, there's a giant flying Daedroth that likes to swoop in and wreak havoc. So watch the skies for large amounts of fire and a gaping jaw. Our next stop on the journey is Fort Welkend. Once you enter the fort, head down to the basement where you'll encounter Chef Riverjumper. He won't be too thrilled to see you, so be prepared to spank a bitch. Once you've spanked him, you can loot the Bloody Cleaver, Chef's Ladle, and Frying Pan from his body. And don't forget to free Sir Henrik from his cell up the stairs. Again.
Oh, it's you again. What a coincidence.
Once you've completed your business in the basement, head up the stairs to face Varla.
Miserable wretch. What are you doing in my fort?
He's a bit of a jerk, so try to give him a kiss.
Coming here was your last stupid mistake.
When he tries to kill you for coming on too strong, take him out and loot the ebony shodel from his body. During Varla's memory event, tell your Emperor Daddy that you don't want to kill any more aliens.
I understand. Fine. You and I are through from this day forth.
This will earn you some good karma and a nice ending scene from another life.
I wish you good health, Varla. Leave the worries of the Empire to us and live a good life.
Our next destination is the Eastern Sewers, which can be reached by heading east from Fort Welkend. Once you make your way through the sewers, you'll encounter the Leech King. Don't be fooled by his name, he's anything but kingly. Best him in combat, and you can loot both the Moonlight Greatsword of Jode and the Crown of the Leech King, which definitely looks nothing like a penis.
Stop right there!
If you backtrack west from Fort Welkend, you'll come across the secret cave of Mara worshippers, which is full of, you guessed it, Mara worshippers. Just make your way through the first round of fanatics to face Merim the Slaughterer, and then continue on through flame spider-infested caves to reach Arya the Whisperer, a gross spider lady. Take her out and you'll be rewarded with both the Fire Quartz Ring and the Whisperer's Rapier. And while these Mara worshippers may be a rude bunch, it beats Gozer worshippers any day of the week.
We're ready to believe you!
As you head north from the secret cave of Mara worshippers, you'll find Lipsand Cave. Inside, past the electric bugs, you'll find the Wasteland Guardian, who won't be hostile, and while you can collect the eggs scattered throughout the cave to craft these artifacts, it's much quicker, albeit meaner, to just... Do keep in mind that doing so will cause you to lose karma, however your efforts will be rewarded with the Wasteland Guardian's egg and the Wasteland Guardian's helmet. Who needs good karma when you have cool artifacts? As you continue your journey north from there, head west from the Elysian Plaza and across the bridge to speak to Giant Knight Retho.
What is it, little friend?
Let him know that you tried to kiss Varla and had to free his soul as a result.
I thank you. Please, take this as a sign of my gratitude.
And you will be rewarded with Belharza's Dragon Master Knight Spear, which is just a big honkin' spear. Continuing north from there, stopping off to see just the most cutest adorable skeleton unicorn, you'll eventually come across the barrier tower of Bala. When you arrive, you'll be greeted by none other than Morahouse himself. But don't let his horns and explosive entrance scare you off. Kick him in the face to claim his armor set, his sword, and the blue tier ring of Kine. And don't forget to take the old feather of Kine as well. Sard's Charnel is up next. Simply head west to find it, then get ready for a lot of slow-moving elevators. Once you're through, you'll face Paladin Melis, still as insane as ever. Give him a good spanking and take his Paladin Spear. Search the skeleton behind him for the 2 Sard rings. Heading east along the northwestern bend of the Imperial City, you'll find Burrow Temple. Continue north from there until you reach the old temple of the 8 Divines. Head on in and past the waves of idiots until you find yourself facing off against Sir Casimir. Mind the giant flaming sword. Once you've spanked him, enter the prayer hall behind him and search the charred remains of his body in the fire to obtain the Arcana of Junal. Heading south and then east through the various buildings from there, you'll eventually come across a cave that leads to the Chapel of RK. Upon entering, you can search the slave trader's body to retrieve the wooden ring. Don't forget to bring your new best friend with you and bestow upon him the highest of honors. To the left of the slave trader, you'll find the graves of Martha's family. Activating them will allow you to view a memory. When Ball shows up to offer you the mace, tell him to take a hike for some good karma.
I understand. If you change your mind, I will be in Breville with this mace.
Continuing towards the chapel, killing the idiots outside, once inside you'll find Sir Torolf. He'll rant a bit before insisting that he have your blood for something. He can be spanked to retrieve the Great Sword of Anuiel. At this point, you should return to Martha and let her know you found the graves.
Oh, thank you so much. I can finally meet my family again.
After waiting a while, return to the graves to find her there.
Thanks to you, I was able to meet my family again. I can't thank you enough.
Return again a while later to find that she has passed away, with white flowers blooming on her family's graves. Take some of these for later. From the cave, head down the path and into the slums. Make your way up to the 2nd level to find the Beggar Chief. He can be slain to acquire the Beggar's Log. And no, not that log.
Criminal scum.
Continue south around the bend of the city to reach Fort Sapretia. Head inside, find Duke Kauta, and then kick him in his stupid nuts, after which you can take the Shock Quartz ring from his stupid fingers. Head northeast from Fort Sapretia to reach the barrier tower of Aegea. Here you'll find Pelinal Whitestrake waiting for you. Show him Stendarr's Mercy to retrieve his armor set and the Red Tier of Kine ring. Once you've done that, merge your consciousness with his to enter his memory. Doing so will automatically grant you the Broken Sword. After tearing through all the enemies and some unfortunate casualties, you'll face Umaril the Unfeathered.
You really enjoy killing.
Who can be spanked to retrieve his armor and weapons. When Ball shows up and asks you to kill a pregnant slave, tell him to pound sand, after which set Mary free for some good karma. Further southeast from Fort Sapretia, you'll find Wellspring Cave. Just a warning, this place is honestly confusing as hell, at least it was for me. Inside you will find 2 giant worms. One has the Frost Clutch of Orke ring and the other has the Frost Quartz ring. One is deep down and the other is sort of higher up in the cave. Best of luck, I'm sure you'll find them. Once you've escaped out the backside of the cave to the Solorn Priory, kill the Yahoo guarding the gate and take the shock clutch of Orkay Ring. Once inside the Priory, you'll find, among other things, this dumbass locked in a cell. You can open the cell to lose karma, but make sure you kill him before you leave to get the Blackworm's rapier and some good karma. From Wellspring Cave, continue south to Nenyon's Priory, which is located underground. This place is honestly a bit confusing and a little spooky, but press through and you'll eventually find Sorcerer Manthar, who can be slapped in his stupid face to obtain the Eye of Sithis ring. As you make your way out of the Priory, making use of the convenient teleporter, don't forget to search the nondescript skeleton of Priest Nenyon to obtain the Spellcourt's ring. At this point, it's time to head back to the slums and through the Beggar's Path, making your way down to the bottom of the sewers, fighting off gross Thrashin plague victims along the way. You'll eventually reach Mary, who can be defeated to obtain the Nirn's Origin Ring. During her memory event, give Pepe the silent treatment and a hard stare to earn some good karma.
Go. Don't come back. Never come back. Never.
And don't forget to say hi to Atima on your way out of the sewers.
Atima is called Atima. It is a nice name, no?
Making your way up the sewers and into the prison tower, speak with Jaharza on the way to the ladder to buy the White Cat ring. As you make your way down the tower, expertly dodging traps, you'll come across and save Sir Henrik for a third time.
Oh, well met again. Julianus himself must be guiding your steps.
Further down, you'll reach the door leading to freedom, but not before facing the Warden, who can be spanked to obtain the Warden's helmet. Cross the bridge from outside the prison tower and enter the Imperial City. Once inside, you'll find yourself right next to Ultar's Charnel. Inside here, you'll find lots of unsavory jerks, including the most unsavory, the Count and Countess. Spank them both to obtain their skinning knives, though you only need one. The Countess will also have Atima's hide, which you can return to her by making your way back to the prison tower, down into the prison sewers, and then all the way down to the bottom. Worth it though, she'll thank you by giving you her favorite doll.
Ah, Atima's pelt. Did you get it from this one's old mother? Atima's very happy. Khajiit will give you one of her dolls in return. Take good care of it. It is Atima's favorite.
Once you've made your way back to the Imperial City, our journey will take us clockwise around the whole thing. Start by heading south to the Garden of Torture, where you'll find the Gardener roaming around. Spank him to retrieve the Gardener's Shodel. Head west from the garden until you reach Curia Moramoth. Take out St. Pelin in the first room to get his staff and a key to the lower levels. Make your way into the lower levels, casually ignoring the mountains of gold until you find Pope Megas. Kill him and take his staff, and then search the golden egg at the back of the room for the golden ring of Junal. Continue west from there to find Emperor Gorius's Charnel. Go inside and get some of your dragon soul sucked out by a stone dragon, after which the Emperor appears. Spank him to retrieve his sword. Continuing north from Emperor Gorius's Charnel, using various magic schools to open the gates until you reach St. Dulce's Charnel. Once inside, you'll find yourself being accosted by Aradhel, who still thinks you're working for Molag Bal for some reason. After showing him just how stupid and wrong he is, take Finaster's footstep ring from his body. At the back of the room where you punished Aradhel, enter St. Dulce's memory to find Maruk, who will rant a bit before attacking you. And as long as you don't get hit by Maruk more than once, you'll get some good karma. Easy, right? After he's been spanked, you can search his body to find Soul Drinker. Moving on east from St. Dulce's Charnel, you'll find Nerafin's Inquisition Court. Head inside and to the right to save Sir Henrik for a final time.
Oh, you again. I knew you'd come here.
Then head upstairs and meet up with Sir Junkin, who will attack you on sight for some reason. Release his soul or something and claim the Knight of Kinnereth's spear from his body. Your final stop in the Imperial City is Malatar Mansion. Follow the Mad King through his mansion until you reach his room. Inside Hassama's memory, tell Drozel that people like him don't have homes to get some good karma.
Yes, you are right. Then let us go to bed.
A good night's rest in even the worst stories loses its horror.
And then kill the Mad King to receive his heart, but be sure to take the gold cat ring from his body as well. From the Garden of Torture, head southeast across the bridge and into the Inquisition Courts District. Continue south from there and into the Audubon District Courts, where, among other things, you can find just the coolest dragon ever. If you ask him how you can help, he'll ask you to open the roof for him, after which you can give him a white flower that you got from Martha's grave, and then an old feather of Kine, which you should have several of at this point. Doing so allows him to move on from Coldharbour. This isn't necessary for the museum, but damn, it feels pretty good, and you get some good karma for doing it.
I hear the song of the wind. My friends are calling me. The song of Kine. I have longed for this.
Head out the south side of the Audubon Inquisition Courts to reach the Holy Brother of Maruk Priory. Once inside, make your way through all the selectives and crazies until you come across a broken set of stairs. Head down the stairs and jump on the balcony to your left. On this balcony, you'll find a place where you can fire off an alteration spell to open the wall behind you. Behind this secret wall, you'll find both the Silver Ring of Junal and the Beacon of Magnus. Continuing down through the Priory, you'll eventually come across a portal out of which will come Abbot Cosmas. Show him why you are who you are and collect the Magnus Return Ring from his body. Once you're through the portal and past the endless amounts of fanatics, monkeys, and monsters, you'll eventually come across Arch-Selective Caliburn. Take out your frustrations on him to get the Spell Clutch of Orcay Ring. In the next room, Pepe will give you some lore and ask you to kill Maruk. Doing so will bring down the barrier around the tower and release the Army of Order. Congratulations, you've just started Greymarch. After taking the teleport out, head back to the Elysian Plaza and across the bridge, defeating Giant Knight Retho on the way for some positive karma. Once across, enter the battlefield of Way! No way! Make your way to the center of the battlefield under the impossible to miss orb and into the Cocoon of Order. Fight your way through the endless Army of Order to reach the Throne of Order, where you will find Jigalag pierced to his throne. Remove the Stone Pursuer's greatsword from his chest for your collection, and then Greymarch your swords up Jigalag's ass. Allowing you to both escape and claim his sword, not for the museum, but because it's cool. Well, as we approach the final destination, I hope you found this guide useful. Please leave a like and subscribe if you did, it helps a lot. Make your way to the center of the Imperial City and into Sancramore Tower. Fight your way through the various Daedra and the Army of Order until you find yourself in a large room with a barrier being powered by Elysian priests. Spank them to bring down the first barrier, then approach the second barrier to be harassed by Deathbringer Valar.
It is remarkable you managed to get this far, but you will go no further.
Spank him to claim the Daedric Scythe and bring down the second barrier, which Alicia won't be too thrilled about.
Run away! Quickly! Before the wolf arrives!
At this point, Laza will appear for a second time, chopping off Alicia's head and engaging you in battle. Show him what it means to be Dragonborn by spanking him to claim his armor set and the Beacon of Order. Don't forget to take St. Alicia's head from the center of the room before you leave. Continue into the next room and take down Molag Bal to claim the Audubon. Doing so will allow you to craft the replica later. At this point, it's time to finish the mod and accept your fate. Whatever fate that may be. Of course, we all know which ending is the best.
I don't understand. If you wanted she could have lived again. Why? Why did you refuse? Wait, you still haven't told me your name. A good name. It will have a firm place in my soul.
And there it is, you should now have all of the items you need to complete the Vigilant display in the museum. You may have noticed that we didn't cover a few consumable items in this guide, as these items are found throughout Coldharbour. And as long as you are being vigilant, it's pretty easy to come out having at least a few of each of them. And well, at this point, it's time to place your items on display and take a moment to appreciate the completed Vigilant display. Revel in its glory. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found the Relic Hunter's Guide to Coldharbour useful and informative. A special shout out to my museum benefactors, without which this guide would not have been possible. We will catch you guys all on the flippity flop side. Until then, just remember to be nice to each other.